Hi, this is Yolanda Van Veen from vanveenbulbs.com. And in this segment, we're going to talk about how to store lily bulbs. Now, lily bulbs are found from the mountainous regions of the United States for the native varieties, and then most of the orientals or the fragrant lilies are hybridized from the wild varieties from the mountains of China and Japan. Cold climate, anywhere from San Francisco to Anchorage, Alaska, you want to leave them outside and just leave them in the soil. But if you are storing them, if you're moving or you want to bring them in because you need to cool them down, I found the best way to store a lily bulb is in plastic. And you can use like the biodegradable corn bags or recycle bags that you already have in your house, because that's still good for the earth to recycle. Now, I always want to add some soil. You can add some straw, you can add some hay, mulch, grass clippings even, anything to keep them moist. But I just like to keep them right in soil. And you don't want to let them dry out, but you don't want to let them to be too wet either. And so my trick is to just store them in plastic and check on them periodically. And just by opening them up, and you can tell if it's really getting dry, add a couple ice cubes. That's always good because it melts slowly and it kind of gets them all wet. Or you can turn around and dry them out a little bit by just putting some dry soil or some mulched paper. You can even use your recycled paper that's shredded and put them right in with that. And you can store them for, I've stored them for a couple years and they have survived, and turn around and planted them. Or you can store them right in a container. What I like to do is just keep them in a container about 3 inches deep with some soil. Keep them on the dry side in the winter, but not totally dry. You don't want them dripping wet, but you want to just add a little bit of moisture, just like you would store an onion. And you can keep them in cloth bags, but in the end, I found lilies do need some moisture to be retained, so you got to keep them in some kind of plastic or even wet newspaper, and then that way you can enjoy them for the next year. And that's as easy as it is to store lily bulbs.